Does a higher power or God exist? The answer is yes. Of course, a creator exists. Okay. Another way of asking this question is: does a creator exist? Obviously. Why? Because we're in a creation. Hello. What do you think happened here? Is it little molecules? Oh, okay. That's a very good explanation. Good job. So then you go explain to me how nature is formed and how I'm able to be conscious. Oh, it's just little chemicals. Yeah, good luck, okay? That's not my inner experience. Science is very limited in that way. Science is good for the physical things, but if you think you're gonna explain the creation with science, little sliver of life like this, little labs and chemicals. Oh yeah, we understand everything. Just a little sliver here. No, okay? Yes, the creator exists. This is my own internal opinion or experience or belief, or not really a belief. It's a knowing. It's my own inner knowing. It's like, do I know that I ate pizza today? I did. I know it. Why? Because I did it. But I'm telling you, hey, I ate a pizza today. All you can do is really be taken on belief. If you haven't seen me eat a pizza, or if you haven't heard me or something, you haven't experienced me eating a pizza, all you can say is, okay, I believe this guy. Why? Because he's trustworthy. He's wearing a green shirt. Oh, great. Okay. So you believe me or you don't believe me, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to share with you my experiences and my ideas as it relates to this topic of the creator or God. Yes, the God does exist, except not in the way that the Christian God exists, or the Muslim God exists, or the Jewish God exists. Those gods are deities or entities, okay? It's like we can create an entity right now. You and 10 other people, such as yourself, will gather around me right here. We're going to write a list what qualities we want to energize this non-physical entity with. And we're going to do some rituals, and we're going to spin around our energy, and we're going to make sure this thing comes into into existence. That's called occult powers. And we can make this being form, thoughts and ideas, and literally walk through the planet on a non-physical, on an astral level, you could say. And he can communicate with you, and when his presence is felt, it's like, oh my God, wow, that's remarkable. And the more people feed his energy, the more people create that kind of experience for him, then the more powerful he's going to be. So that's exactly what the Christian God is. Okay, Christian God can be said with a lower G. A lower G. It's a God. It's a little being that's been created. This doesn't mean to say that the creator is like this, okay? The creator of the universe is not like that. That's what Jesus talked, okay? My Father. He didn't say little being in the heavens like, ooh, ooh, ooh. No, that's ridiculous. There's nothing like that exists. But the creator, whatever energy created this universe, okay? It's emanating my life. Without it, I wouldn't be alive. It's emanating your life. It's emanating the plants' lives. It's life itself. It's the creation. It's the creator. This universe is going to be alive and around for the remaining length of its time. And then we are going to have more creations, more universes. Why? Because the creator, the creation that's what it does. Okay? It creates universes. So we're in one universe. We are in the 84th universe, it seems. And there will be more, up to 112. There will be 112 universes. Okay, I'm getting off topic here. Let's come back to the story. Does God or a creator or a high power exist? A higher power, okay? That's the topic of this video. That's the title of this video. Yes, no doubt about it, okay? A higher power, obviously. It's like if there was ants living away from the human population, and maybe it was only ants, they didn't see any other life forms. And they thought to themselves, are we the highest thing that there is here? Or is there a higher power? And then I came along, okay? I'm like 1,000 times bigger, 1,000,000 times bigger, whatever it is. And they see me and they're like, oh my God, that must be God. Okay? Well, obviously I'm a higher power. Why? Because it's clear. I have more intelligence, more resources, more capabilities than an ant does. So now we're at the most evolved life form here on Earth. And we're asking ourselves, does a higher power exist? Hello? Why don't you go look at nature? Okay? Well, did you do this? Or did your mom do this? Or your dad did this? Hey, I'm going to go and create nature right here. Poof. Okay, obviously... Obviously, there's something much higher than this, than this little me right here, me, that exists, that formulated all this. It's very, very clear. This is how it is. Boom, boom. Okay? I didn't do this, and neither did you. And I'm pretty sure nor your parents nor your grandparents did this. So this has been done by something or someone or whatever. To be honest here, okay? I haven't fully imbibed or experienced the Creator. I just know experientially I'm living in the Creator's universe, like it's obvious for me. Why? Because I've erased my mental and logical senses or self. And all the stuff that you pile onto yourself. Oh, I'm a Christian, I'm a school-going person, I'm a businessman, I'm a human being, I'm a man, I'm this person's name, I'm whatever, a construction worker. And you have all these little ideas, but they're not reality. You kind of just clean that off, shed that away. It's like you write something on a marker board, no, that's not needed. You just wipe it off with a magic eraser or a rag, okay? And once this rag is erased, once this thing is erased, then you're pure, clean, clear, okay? You can see yourself, you can see reality for what it is. And I see reality for what it is. I'm standing in here in this universe, in the Creator's existence, and it's wonderful, okay? I'm alive, and it's a true gift. I'm happy to be alive, I'm happy to be experiencing, because why? My experience of life is pleasant. And I'm kind of rolling through life, and it's like, ooh, cool. I'm 28 years old, I have these arms and hands and feet, and I can walk around, I can do stuff, and I'm here for a short time. I'm gonna go live the best life that I possibly can. I'm gonna go swim, jump into the forest, swim in the ocean, run in nature, swim in lakes, eat all kinds of foods, everything this life has to offer. That's what I'm willing to engage in and do, okay? So I have a great vision for the future. And what do I say when I say I live in the Creator's existence? Well, the Creator, okay, once I said that God came to me, like the Christian God, and he came to me like, oh wow, this is a being. And at that time I thought it was the ultimate thing. Why? Because I didn't really know anything better. I didn't have a wider perspective. And now I look back into that experience, and I think maybe that was that wasn't my imagination, but it was some little deity that came to me. And I'm like, wow, this is phenomenal. But I think it was just a being, a being like you and I. A being came to me. That's what happened. But the Creator is something much more intense, something much harder to understand or grasp. The Creator, best to explain the Creator is like if you have a cut on your hand, you just wait for some time. You wait for 2 weeks, and your body is going to start to heal itself, and it's going to be covered up and be good as new. That's the Creator. That's the Creator's energy. The Creator's energy is emanating my life. It's emanating our lives, your life as well. It's emanating the plants, the life itself here. And ultimately, it's what created the entire universe. So, let me take you back into the Hindu philosophy or the Hindu way of understanding life. This is from what I've perceived, it's like, what is it like? You can make a groove in stone, an indentation. You can carve a line into the stone. And if you run water over it, water is naturally going to flow into the indentation. So that's how it is. So what I'm going to describe to you now is the clearest representation of the creation of the existence, okay? Science says that the creation has been formed by the Big Bang. Some little thing happened, some energy, poof, and then boom, it exploded. Well, what caused the Big Bang? Well, no one knows, okay? So science is very close to understanding basically what this philosophy of the Hinduism means or says. Okay, here it keeps coming into my mouth. Well, that's the price you have to pay for living as a man. Here, your mustache somehow manages to go into your mouth. And for those saying, oh, just shave your mustache and keep everything else. No chance. All right. So this is the closest representation to how I feel internally, how the creation became, okay? And why, how do they know this, or is this a little belief someone imagined? No, this is yogis in the past have closed their eyes, sat, and felt the indentation of the grooves of the universe to see how this whole thing was created, how this being was formed and created also. Because the creation's mind and the creation's intention and the creation's memory is inside of us, our beings as well, okay? So the creation's indentation into the rock is right here inside of us. So we can perceive what happened by looking inside of us. And I know this to be true also. So what happened, there's a god in Hinduism called Rudra. This word Rudra, just chant the sound with me just once, Rudra, okay? R-U-D-R-A, Rudra. is the closest representation to how the creation was formed and created. Rudra. Okay? This being, Rudra, which means a roarer, he roared. You know, the Big Bang, science says something happened and poof, it exploded. Well, it could have been a roar, like I'm roaring. Sound is emanating from my mouth and vibrations are traveling outwards. Similarly, there's a God or this creator roared. Wah! And, you know, if I talk, I'm sure molecules are flying out of my mouth and little particles of air, and I'm making creation happen through me saying something. I'm making sounds, reverberations, and I can put my energy behind my reverberations. And when they touch a physical space or object, they can be impacted by that or with that. So similarly with this being, the creator, he roared for some time or for some reason. He roared and he spat out all the galaxies. And it's continuously, he's continuously roaring. It's an expansion, it's an explosion. And there is a limit to how much this capacity is going to roar. He's going to stop roaring. Once he stops roaring, it's going to start to come back inside. Basically, he's gonna inhale, okay? So simultaneously, this is also true, this is a different story. I'm trying to figure out a jigsaw puzzle, so I'm filling in the pieces. These are 2 pieces that I found that are inside of my own body, okay? The creator is also inhaling and exhaling. So this is his exhalation. We are in his exhalation. He exhaled continuously, he's exhaling. In this universe, we are in his exhalation, so to speak. We are in the universe as he's exhaling. Once he stops exhaling, he will inhale. He will suck it back in. He will hold it for some time, and again, he will exhale and rip it all out. The next inhale will be the next universe, which will be in a few billion years, which will be the 85th universe, or the 85th Big Bang, okay? It'll be the 85th roar. And there will be 112 roars. He will roar 112 times. Ah! Oh boy. After the 112th time, physicality will no longer remain. There won't be anything physical. Meaning, it's like the most physical chakra we can think about is the root chakra, the base. It's not really like that because it's pure energy, but in terms of the concept, we can think of it like that. Or maybe the density of anger is very dense. It's like, oh, very uncomfortable. But the refinedness of love, much more refined. And the refinedness of perception or clear insight, or the energy of the pineal gland, the third eye, is even more refined, very thin, very kind of comfortable. So as these universes progress, they will become more complex, or various things are going to happen. I'm not sure how it's going to happen. But I know after 112, it's the last stage of physicality. There will not be any physical existence anymore left. And then the 113th time and 114th time will be pure energy. And that'll be the last time. 114th time will be the last time. There won't be any more times. He will just exhale. And it will go on forever. He will not inhale back. So, do with that whatever you will, okay? This is just a story. There's not some little new philosophy. Oh, we're going to form a religion. The universe is creating by an exhalation, blah, blah, blah. Let's all gather yellow robes and say, Hare Hare creation, Hare Hare creation. No, okay? That's not how this is. This is just an idea. This is just how I've found my life to be. This is true in my own self. This is how it is. Now, what kind of video can I make talking about the God or the Creator without me talking about the first yogi, or Shiva himself, the Adi Yogi, the first yogi? If you don't know anything about Shiva, well, congratulations. Stay tuned for the rest of this video. I'm going to share with you this phenomenal, fantastic being. There was a man. Can't really call him a man. He was more like, I don't know, an alien or an evolved being in the universe that had chosen to take the human form temporarily. He's like, all right, I'm going to take your costume for some time. Here, let me change myself into a human. So he appeared to be a human being, and he came in the Himalayas, and he stayed there for some time, and people cherished him because he was so revered and so loved and so respected. He had extraordinary occult powers. Uh, he consecrated Kailash, the Kailash mountain, which you see is a picture right here in the bottom right of my video. And he was a being of extraordinary capabilities, far more than anything any other human being has ever touched or even come close to. It's not even comparable. It's like nowhere. You gather all the human beings that have ever walked this planet that were wise mystics and sages, you can't compare all their strengths to that one man or one being, okay? So the way that I believe, or maybe the way that I see it, is that this formless intelligence, this non-existence, you come back to my previous video of what is a purpose to life. I talk about this there. This non-existence, this emptiness, it had a thought, okay, I'm gonna come into the existence. And it created itself into a being. That's what Shiva is, the Adiyogi. So that being stayed in the Himalayas for some time, and he taught 7 sages, and those 7 beings are responsible for everything that is spiritual in our world. All religions, all yogic sciences and knowledge, literally everything is responsible to that one man back in the Himalayas, something like 80,000 years ago. Yes, I said 80,000, not 8,000. 70 to 80,000 years ago, this is when this being was alive. So, if there's anyone that understands the nature of creation, it will be him, the Adiyogi, or Shiva himself. And fortunately for us, he stored all of his knowledge inside of the Kailash mountain, right here, okay? What does this mean? You can't go dig into the mountain and find some little scrolls that you're gonna learn and read, oh, this is the creation of the universe. No. It's in an energy form. So I'm an energy form. I can sit next to you and feel very loving and look at you very lovingly and kind of hold my heart like this. And you will feel loving vibrations coming off me if you're sensitive, if you can feel that. Similarly, I can take these loving vibrations and I can store them inside of an object, such as this solidified mercury. I can store this inside, here, this object, this metal object, as I'm currently doing now. Okay? So similarly, this is a very simple way of doing it. Storing energy is just my own heartfelt emotions. I've just stored it inside of that, and that'll live inside of that for 5 years at least. So you can do the same thing with a more intelligent source of energy. I can imprint my own emotions in terms of a memory that I had in the past inside of this object, okay? And then if someone sensitive like me can go and grab this and hold it in their hand, they will be able to perceive the mental memory that I just stored in this metal object, or this metal shape or lingam. And they can see, oh my God, this is a memory stored in here. And they can perceive that, okay? Right now, there's better, more wiser ways of doing this. Like, I don't have to do this. I could just tell you a story, hey, this is what happened, or record a video, put it on a USB, and hey, here, take this USB. There's my memory. It's similar like that, okay? But you can do this with life energies. So why can't, okay. So this being, Adiyogi or Shiva, knew everything that there is to know about the universe. He was self-created, you know. The creator, as it comes back to this Rudra, or the creator of the universe, his first breath wasn't an in-breath. You know, like when I'm born, when the child is born, they come out of the mother's womb and they go, right, taking oxygen for the first time. They don't exhale because they have no real oxygen inside of them. The first thing is just like that, okay? I'm sure that's how it is. I've never seen a childbirth up close, but maybe you can tell me if that's the case. Maybe someone has studied this. But the creator was not like that. He didn't take an in-breath. That would mean he was born by someone or something. He wasn't born. He was self-created. And just like Shiva himself is also said to be someone that is self-created, a Swayambho. Self-created one, the self-created. He created himself. There's no birth, there's no mother or father. He's a self-created form entity. The non-existence, the mindless substance of the universe manifested itself, it created itself as a being. Okay? And so why? Just to experience life, just to be along with us. And so that was Shiva himself, the Adiyogi. That's just how I see it. Maybe that's not true. I don't know, but it's true to me, my own experience. So this creator didn't take an in-breath, he exhaled first. So in the very first creation, he exhaled. And the first universe exploded into existence. Galaxies and whatever else that there was in the first universe, however things were in the first universe, the memory imprint is in all of us. You can perceive what was happening in the first universe. Why? Because it's inside of the very fabric of existence, of space. You can perceive everything that ever happened in existence. Everything. Whatever happened 3 universes ago in distant galaxy number 3, if some ant was crawling around and it decided to move one little tiny rock, you can perceive that if you wanted to. Everything is imprinted onto here. Everything. Can't delete anything. So he exhaled. Then after some time, the universe expanded and he inhaled again. That's the destruction of the universe. Then a second time he exhaled. 2 universes. This is the 84th. We're in the 84th sliver of the creation. 84th universe. We're going to be here around for the entire, not you and I. I'm not going to be, probably. I'm going to dissipate. I'm going to disappear. I'm going to attain parinirvana. Parinirvana. Enlightenment, okay? Going back to the source, or recommuning with God, you could say, like that. So this Shiva also was a self-created one, a Swayambho. Created himself, and everything, literally everything he knew about the universe, about the creation, about black holes, about everything that there is to know about the existence. Everything that there is to know about the existence is stored inside of Kailash. It's like the mind of God, the third eye of God. You go look into that mountain, meaning you go online, Google that picture, or look right here, there's Kailash. Or look at myself, because I'm a representation of Kailash, just a smaller one, in a smaller form. Why? Because I'm consuming Kailash literally every day. Kailash, okay? By the way, you need this water bottle from Isha Life. So he stored it in an energy repository, which is that stone, that mountain. He stored all of his energy there. Whatever you want to perceive about life, about nature, about the universe, you don't have to believe me. You don't have to listen to me. You go energetically perceive that space, that mountain, and you will know all of it for yourselves. For yourself. Shambho.